What's up? Good afternoon. Um, on my way to the gym right now, and just wanted to kind of reconnect with you guys and kind of bringing you guys into my world and what's kind of going on in my head. And today, what's going on is there's just been an internal battle going on with what I want to do, just aligning my goals up, I guess, and how I'm gonna go about achieving those, whether that's professional goals or personal goals. Today, I'm discussing personal goals, um, and that's gonna lead into health and wellness and just a personal assessment of where I am right now and in that journey and what I feel like I need to do, where I'm lacking, the problems that I uh, run into on a daily basis as far as motivation or just staying on track and having a plan. Um, those are, I feel like it's not just me. I know that. It's not just me thinking about all those things and kind of figuring out what's the best way to tackle all of this, because at the end of the day, your health, uh, depending on what aspects you're talking about, are definitely not a um, something that can just be, oh, let's tweak this one little thing and part of my lifestyle. And in the United States is the topic of diabetes and pre-diabetes in my case. But I can touch base saying that, um, it runs in my family. My dad was diabetic, and so was my mom. And I don't know if that's literally just generations of rice eating and just being so accustomed to that being our thing as a staple. And um, in my case, or in supposedly in a bunch of Asian people's cases, is that um, you know one area that people that are pre-diabetic or diabetic see that I may not see is the gaining of fat or gaining of weight, and kind of that as a marker or indicator that, oh, okay, but that doesn't mean I'm in necessarily good health. And that kind of sucks to say that about myself, but that's that's kind of where I feel like I'm at. And it's so hard to wrap your head around it because there's all these different factors that go into your health that I know that I have to make in order to get out of this zone of pre-diabetes. If I want to eliminate pre-diabetes as my reality, without taking medicine. That's the big caveat. I'm not trying to take metformin and all these medicines for just to lower my blood sugars. I want to do it in the most natural, holistic way because I feel like it is a reversible disease with discipline and with planning, not without it, because it's not going to be one thing, but it is going to be the compilation of adding up a bunch of small goals that you can tweak in your lifestyle, that the combination of all these wins is what's going to get you to the real win, which is getting out of that pre-diabetic stage and staying there and staying there. I can drop my levels and feel good about myself after the fast, but also I can destroy that in 2 seconds by just going back to what I was doing. My suggestion to you is to follow along in my journey, to making micro changes in my lifestyle that will help me to get out of the pre-diabetic stage. I'm going to start off with just a handful of small goals, okay, that I know or feel like I can accomplish, and accomplish those things, and just be happy that I've done this one little thing. And that may be something as simple as stopping eating by a certain time. So if I'm going to bed, if I plan on going to bed every night around 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock, then 7, 8 o'clock. But really, at least 3 hours prior to you go to bed, stopping eating. That's going to be my first goal. I kind of start with. I've got a whole prescription of things that I want to do different in order to make this work. That's going to be including my exercising and walking more often, and it's going to be really a comprehensive lifestyle adjustment that I know that I can do. Someone that's going to really try to keep myself accountable for these things. It's hard. It's food in our society is such, everything is wrapped around food. And we are addicted. I'm addicted to sugar. And I don't even feel like I'm eat that much, but man, what I don't love is the next morning waking up and feeling like I've done myself a disservice by not staying disciplined and not, and just because the addition of all of these times that things come up and you just give in, that's going to add up to what your habits are. So if your habits are giving in to sugar when it's presented in front of you, then unfortunately that's what you're going to have to live with and deal with. And I know that. So it is definitely hard for me to get on board, get in gear. I'm going to be adding in a bunch of cardio, which historically speaking, I'm not a fan of. I'm not a fan of it, but I know that I must do that for my health. I need to have a balance of strength and cardio training and a proper diet, a proper plan for when to eat, sleep schedule, stress management. All of these areas are part of the equation. Now, again, trying to restructure every part of the equation and saying, okay, there's nothing wrong with thinking about all those things and maybe getting a plan, but don't necessarily give yourself some grace. You might I'm coming up with an entire plan, but I might have short-term goals of where I just really want to hit this one goal. And that one goal, again, could just be me not eating or stopping eating at a specific time. And stringing that together in, to hit a day, hit 2 days, hit a week. And eventually that week can turn into just a lifestyle change. Okay? Again, because none of these fads or changes that you make for 3 days or a week or whatever is going to equate to a lifetime of it. So make sure that we're setting goals that are obtainable at first, right? Obtainable, and so we can start getting some wins, okay? I hope you guys have a great, wonderful day. Give yourself grace for falling short, because you're human and that's what's going to happen. It's part of the journey. But being aware and having the ability to conscientiously make these decisions. All right, have a good one. Peace.